insanity in space. Like when they show us, nebulas, right? They show us this and they tell us this is where stars are born. This is where there's gas and dust, so much of it that it's creating stars and spitting them out like ping pong balls, where they go run away and they park themselves in the rest of the galaxy. This gas and dust in space, in a vacuum, in zero pressure, how does that work? How come this doesn't collapse in on itself? This is just a
It does.
fantasy
That's how
painting.
stars are born.
Yeah,
They
so
do collapse.
yeah,
It's
so
how stars form.
Dave, in your world, this is gases are collapsing upon themselves and then
Yeah.
igniting themselves in a vacuum, in a vacuum, and then they
This
burn
is
for
no.
billions
Stop.
and
Stop.
trillions of years.
Look. I know that you want to just spew your script without anybody challenging, but you say so many. I'm here to tell you why everything you're saying is. Say stars igniting in a vacuum. The reason that's confusing for you is that you think stars are little bonfires
No, I
because
don't.
you're a.
No,
You don't understand nuclear
you-
fusion.
you think that
Nuclear fusion is the process by which stars glow. They're not little fireballs. And
So,
you
Dave-
could learn that by Googling something for 5 seconds, but you don't do it.
So Dave, you believe that all the rocky bits turn into perfect balls, and then all of the gases somehow start getting gravity, and they start pulling it together, and
Start
they get so
getting
big.
gravity? What do you
Well,
mean start getting gravity?
How do they grow into stars? How come the dust is accumulating? What's bringing it together? Somebody pushing
Gravity.
it up like a snowball? So
Gravity.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so they get something, and it's a tiny bit of gravity pulls in some more dust. It pulls in not dust, it pulls in gases, and somehow it's pulling all of these gases together and turning into a nuclear furnace that burns for billions of years. I'm sorry, that doesn't make any sense. And if you
Okay,
want to believe that, that's the world.
so centuries of brilliant astronomers versus nuh-uh. Is that really all you have? Is the entire field of astronomy and you going, I don't like it. That's dumb. I'm dumb and I don't get it. So astronomy is wrong.
Dave,
That's literally your argument against astronomy right now.
You never met these men. You don't know anything about these men other than the stories that the controllers of this world tell you.
You know they wrote
Aristophanes-
books, right?
Well,
You know
so
they
Arist-
wrote books that
so-
we can read, and then
so-
we base astronomy on that and do astronomy every day, right?
Dave, try not to interrupt. Aristophanes figured out the shadow.
Eratosthenes.
Eratosthenes figured out the diameter, the circumference of the Earth with his sticks and shadows. But nobody in that area that came out of that, other mathematicians, never wrote any books about him. They ignored him. They just never mentioned it, and then all of a sudden it shows up in the 1900s in books that go into the
that's
education
not true.
system.
I mean, if you're just going to lie,
wait,
then
wait,
we can just play the lie game.